Welcome back, fellow coders. Jared O'Leary here with Boot Up. In this video, I'm going to show you some extra tools when editing an image. So first thing, I have a blank image. So what I'm going to do is I can actually add, using any of the options that are on here, to add a costume. So I can take a picture with the camera, I can add something from my computer, I can draw my own, or I can add something they've got right here. But I can also add using this button right here. So this button is going to add into a costume that's already existing. When I click on it, I can say, I want an airplane. And now I have an airplane. Yay! Now, if I wanted to, I could add in even more. So this makes it so that you can have multiple things inside of your costume. So if I wanted to give my airplane somebody riding on top of it, like Amen sitting on top of the airplane, something like that, I can do that. So all you have to do is just add in more. So this is great if you want to add in like a hat on top of one of your sprites to make it so that they are wearing something on their head. Another thing you can actually do is you can import. So instead of adding with a sprite that Scratch already has, you can actually import from your own computer. Now, one of the really neat things is these little tools up here. So if I wanted to, I could actually say, hey, I don't want them facing to the right, I want them to actually face the other direction. So if I click to flip left and right, I can make it so that they actually are facing the opposite direction. So if you have a sprite that's moving over in one direction but is facing the other direction, this is how you can actually fix that. So you can make it so that they face the correct direction just by tapping right here. Or if they're upside down or right side up and you want them to be upside down, you can click on this other one and that will actually flip them the opposite direction. Now another tool right here, this little crosshair, is it actually sets where the center of your costume is. So if you wanted to make it so that if Eamon was spinning around in circles, you want him to spin around on his toe rather than spin around from the center of his body, you can actually click on this crosshair and it shows you where the current center is. And then all you have to do is just click and say, hey, I want to make the center of this costume be Eamon's toe. So it will automatically reposition everything so that way now this is the center of Eamon's toe, and when he spins, he's going to spin around here all the way around his toe, like that. Now if you make a mistake, one of the things you can do is just simply click on here and it will undo whatever it is that you did, or be like, actually, you know what, I like the original one, and you can click to redo. One more tool that I'll show you is this other one that's right here. And you can highlight an area and be like, okay, I only want this part and I want to get rid of everything else. So rather than deleting stuff, you can just simply say, hey, crop it, which cuts out everything else other than that chunk, and then you can rotate it, you can stretch it, do whatever you want. And finally, if you really don't like anything that you did and you're like, okay, that image of Eamon riding on an airplane didn't turn out so good, you can actually just hit clear, and then that will get rid of it. Now, if you also want to switch between the mode, bitmap mode on the left and vector mode on the right, one last thing, just simply click on this button and it'll switch to the other mode every time you do that. The only problem is if you, let's say, write something in text here, you normally be able to edit this and go back and change it. But if you switch it to bitmap mode, it basically creates a copy that's an image of it. So when you go back into vector mode, you can't actually edit that anymore because now it's an image rather than something that you can modify like an object. If that doesn't make sense, watch the video on vector mode and watch the video on bitmap mode, and then it'll make a lot more sense.